Okay, so this is another video for showing you how to do straightener curls. I'm using GHD straighteners here, but by no means is that the only straightener available on the market, and it's not the only straightener range that you can use to curl hair. The main thing to look out for when you're using a straightener or you're buying a straightener, especially if you want to use them for curling as well as straightening your hair, is one, to make sure it's a ceramic plate. I'm not even sure you can get many metal plate straighteners anymore, but if you can, I'd avoid those. Just go for the ceramic plate. Also, even though the plate looks like a rectangle, if you look at the edges of the plate, it isn't 90 degrees, it's got a curve on it. This is really important for putting a curl in the hair. So, okay, so what we've got now, we're picking up sections of hair. I've clipped some of the hair that I don't need out of the way, so that it's not interfering with what I'm doing, so you've got a nice clean surface to work with. So you take a section, you clasp the hair with the straightener a few inches from the root, and then I'm drawing down and twisting the hair so that the hair forms a U shape around the straightener. It's really important that the hair forms this U shape. Essentially, you want to turn the straightener 180 degrees so that the hair is wrapped completely around it. You'll see what I mean now. So I'm clasping it, twisting it right the way over so it's 180 degrees. There's a U shape in the hair as it wraps around the edge of the straightener, and I'm slowly pulling the hair out all the way to the ends. It's also really, really important that you allow the hair to naturally fall out from the straightener, not to open the straightener before you get to the end. This is really important because if you want the curl to carry on right the way to the end of the hair shaft and look natural, it's really important to do this. It's quite a common mistake for people to release the hair from the straightener before you get to the end. What happens then is you get a beautiful curl all the way down the hair shaft, and then the ends are a kind of frazzled mess, and it doesn't look like a polished finish. The other thing I'm doing in this one, in this video, is that you might be able to notice that I'm straightening the top quarter of the hair, and I only start to curl the hair from about a quarter of the way down the shaft. This produces a much flatter, pretty bohemian style of curl. If you curl it all the way from the root, that's something completely different. Again, you can create a really tight ringlet, a kind of Goldilocks ringlet if you wish. But I think for the summer and for most people, to be perfectly honest, if you curl the hair all the way from the root, it can look a little bit overly done. You want it to look a little more natural, a little more pretty. So if you tend to straighten the top part of the hair and then only curl from a third or a quarter of the way down, it's just a much nicer finish. You can also see here, as I'm working towards the front of Rachel's hair, that I'm manipulating the hair so that it bends away from her face. Once you've kind of mastered the 180 degree twist so that you're getting the full barrel curl effect, and if you've got that down, then you can experiment with twisting the straightener in different directions to manipulate the hair to move in different directions. So from this one now, I want Rachel's hair to move away from her face so it's a little bit softer onto her face, exposes a bit more of her face, so she's not all falling in her eyes and things. So you can see that as I'm twisting the curls, I'm manipulating them and twisting them away from her face. Once the hair has been curled and you're happy that you've got the look you want, I'm just now going through and I'm drying what looks like blow drying the hair with cold air. It's really important that you do this at the end. When the hair is hot, it's malleable. So if you just allow the hair to sit when it's hot, the curls will fall out. It's really important you give them a blast with cold air. This will shake the curls out, soften it, make it look a little more natural, but it also set the curls and allow them to stay all day.